Good evening and welcome to Trinity Health System Field for today's non-conference matchup between the Roche Redhawks and your Franciscan Barons. Guys, for an opening prayer. In the Father, and the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Most high, almighty, glorious God, Lord, we give you all the thanks, all the praise for this day. Lord, I thank you so much for this opportunity that we get to glorify you through this sport. Allow us to work in this game. Allow us to play to the best of our abilities. As we say, glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, and now, and shall be, over there. Amen. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Let's meet our starting lineups to today's match. First, the president.
Welcome to Trinity Health System Field for today's matchup between the Franciscan Barons and the Roche Redhawks. Starting for Roche today, Anthony Grebiner, Grant Tebb, Parker Matson, Cody Budgick, Alston Boyle, Isaiah Hubbard, Jae-Young Chung, Nathan Stockton, Ben Cattamore, and Connor Radecki. For the Barons today, starting at defense, Luke Reimer, Joseph Redmond, and Luke Schaubel. Long stick midi starting for the Barons today, number 24, Dominic Moralia. At face-off, Joffrey Strandhagen. Middies, Gavin Cook, Alex Amon, and Joseph Norton. Nathaniel Carter starting at attack for the Barons. And starting in goal for the Barons, Richard Vale II. Vale streaks over to the right side net. And here we get set for the Barons' fifth game of the season. They're 2-2, going up against the 0-4 Roche Redhawks. The Barons have not lost a game in their all-black uniforms this season, and they're hoping that today won't be the exception. Joffrey Strandhagen taking the face-off here for the Barons. And we're off. Joffrey Strandhagen with the ground ball and a fast break for Franciscan. Joffrey with a shot, and that one gets hit from behind, and so it'll go well over the goal. Alex Amon with the chase for the Barons, and he'll take it from the back. Amon out to the side. That's Carter with the ball. And he'll move it to the sensational freshman Joe James coming off the bench. Gavin Cook swings it down to Amon, and Amon takes it over to X. It'll sit there. Moves it over to the right side, Joe James. James looks, he dodges, gets top side. James looks, and he'll pass to Joe Norton. Norton a shot, and a score, top right. Joseph Norton opens the scoring for the Barons 36 seconds into the game. James dodges initially. See, there's no one there. Passes to Norton, and no one came up to put a stick in Norton's gloves. And he puts the ball in the top right corner of the net. Franciscan leads 1-0, 14:24 on the clock. Ben Cattamore takes the face-off for Roche. The ball is still on the ground. And it'll get kicked towards the sideline and will go out of bounds. LaRoche will be awarded the ball, and Catamore takes it up. The referee starts play, and here we go. LaRoche with the ball. Moving it across to number 15, Isaiah Hubbard. Hubbard rolling, looking. Ball is on the ground. Joe Redmond there for the Barons. But LaRoche will pick it up, and that's a bad pass. The ball's on the ground. Luke Reimer has it for Franciscan, and he passes it over out of the reach of Luke Saranen. And so LaRoche will retain possession and get a fresh shot clock on top of that. Hayden Hughes taking it up. Now Hubbard again. Up top for LaRoche. Hubbard dodges. Reimer's there for Franciscan. A way off shot. That was about 2 feet over the goal. And it'll go out of bounds. Franciscan is awarded the chase. Oh, I'm sorry. They'll actually give it to LaRoche. There seems to be some miscommunication with the referees. And now they'll decide on LaRoche's ball. Hughes on the outside. And now Franciscan with the ball after the interference call against LaRoche. Richard Vale, a pop pass to Dominic Moralia over the middle, and Moralia will clear it for the Barons. He puts it down to Gavin Cook, and Cook swings it low to Amon. Moralia escaping over midfield. And that'll put on an O'Mitty. A pass to the middle, and James Masso scores. Joe James with the assist, a quick stick, and a good eyes. He saw Masso streaking through the middle. And the LaRoche defender was behind Masso, and there was nothing he could do. Masso's hands were free. He took the shot. Top right corner. Another beautiful goal for the Franciscan Barons. They lead 2-0, 12:45 in the first. Joe Dorton coming to take a wing. Joffrey Strandhagen fighting for the ball. Tries to kick it out. He eventually does, and it's Luke Reimer who picks it up. He gets it back to Joe Redmond. And Redmond over to Richard Vale. To Redmond on the far side. And Redmond has Masso over the middle, and Franciscan will clear. Passes down, Joe James with the ball. Middle, Norton and Gavin Cook collided. And the ball ended up on the ground. And is still rolling around. It goes into the air. And will be picked up by Nate Carter. He loses it. And that's quite a fight from the LaRoche defender. Norton picks it up and has a shot that is saved. LaRoche will pick up the ball, but fail to clear. The Barons again with possession. It's number 25, James Masso. Masso with a move. He's going to the middle. He shoots underhand, and that one goes wide of the net. LaRoche will have the chase, and so they'll begin their clear now from behind the net. Radecki, the goalie, moves the ball over. Now in the hands of Parker Matson. LaRoche looking. A long pass that goes high and into the stick of defender Luke Schabel. Schabel moving it up the side. Schabel has a man over the middle. A pass, another pass. Gavin Cook in the middle. He shoots. Never mind, he passed to Amon from behind the net. It looked like a shot. Norton winds up, and that one is saved. LaRoche moving the ball downfield well. Radecki has 2 saves today already. And now coming up to make a play on that ball is Paul Dominic Moralia. And they'll clear it again. The Barons have moved the ball very well. It's the rebounds, offensive rebounds, that they're struggling to secure at this point. Masso on the side for the Barons. He moves it up top to Gavin Cook. Cook over to Nelson, and Nelson now down to the right side for Joe James. Allman from X. Gives it over to Masso. Masso up top has Cook. Cook looks, and he has Nelson. The Barons passing around the perimeter. Masso looks. He has Norton coming around. Never mind, that's Joe James, and Joe James scores! Bar down for Joe James off of the post. And that's goal number 3 for the Barons. Joe James got the pass from Cook over the top, came around, and no one was there. He got his hands free and put a beautiful shot over the head of the goalie. Radecki couldn't see that one. Joffrey Strandhagen now in the middle, taking the face off for the Barons. And procedure called against Ben Cattermore. And so the Barons will have the ball. Samuel Marshall in the middle! Samuel Marshall! A shot right into the stick of Cattermore. I'm sorry, Radecki, the goalie. And now Masso has it for the Barons. And he'll move it out. Carter. Moving down. Sam Marshall, the big man, number 23. Playing for the first time this season. Also his first game for the Barons since being drafted in the NLL. James on the outside moves the ball. Allman over to Cook. Cook moving the ball. He'll go up top. He passes. Carter. Now Joe James. The pass to Allman. Allman feeds to the middle. A shot and a goal. It's the big man Samuel Marshall in his first game back. 4 goals for Franciscan. 9:08 to play in the first quarter. Allman gets the ball from behind the goal, and then Marshall just shows everyone that he is bigger than them and pushes through 3 people to get the pass and dunks it right over the head of Connor Radecki. Strandhagen lining up to take the face-off. Facing off with Ben Cattermore yet again. Jack Nelson on the near wing for Franciscan. Redmond on the far. Strandhagen kicks the ball to himself, and it's still loose. Joffrey with a wild swing at it, and Nelson will take it for the Barons. And now swing it out to Joe James, and James will settle it on the right side. Moving the ball down to X. Allman's waiting. Allman sees Gavin Cook, and Gavin Cook drops the ball. That doesn't happen very often. And Cook gets it back. The back left corner. Nate Carter now moving it up top to Nelson. Nelson to Masso, and the Barons are now moving it across around the perimeter. Here's a dodge from Masso. He gets past the midi. A shot to Joe James. Joe James with an incredibly quick shot, underhanded, that goes high of the goal. Alex Allman with the chase. And with the ball now, moving it up to Jack Nelson. Nelson backing out, getting ready for a dodge. Here he comes. He's going down the... No, he's going over top. Fake down the alley. Jack Nelson with a wild shot that goes wide of the goal and picked up by Alex Allman. Allman now moving it out to the left wing. A pass up top. It's Cook. There's no one around. He passes again to James. James looking. James with a rolling shot. I'm sorry, that's Masso. Masso came over the top after the pass from Gavin Cook. No one came to get him, and Connor Radecki couldn't see that one. Top right corner. A fantastic goal from James Masso. Luke Saarinen now on the field for the Barons. On the near side for the faceoff, Joe Redmond on the far. Ground ball picked up by number 24, Hayden Hughes for the Roche. But Joe Redmond caused that turnover there, knocked it right out. Joffrey Strandhagen will end up with the ground ball, and they'll move it down to Alex Allman at X, where the Barons will try to settle. A quick pass. And a goal. Oh, I'm sorry. It went off the post. Joe James hit the post. And Alex Almond picked up the ball for the Barons. Nate Carter now up top. Over to Sam Marshall. Marshall gives it to James. And James puts it back to Almond at X. Nate Carter to Gavin Cook. Cook to Marshall. And the Barons are moving it around the perimeter well now. Marshall wide open in the middle. Marshall a shot, and that one is saved by Connor Radecki. Almond fed Marshall in the middle, and there was no one around him. But Radecki saw the shot low and made the save. Hughes now for LaRoche. That pass is picked off. Almond, no one around. A goal, Alex Almond. Samuel Marshall fed him. There was no one around him. And Alex Almond puts it underneath the legs of Connor Radecki for the Barons' 6th goal in just the first quarter. 6:18 left to go. John Tedeschi now on the near side wing for the Barons. Reimer on the far. Reimer comes off into fast break. Stranhagen another shot that gets hit from behind. And Alex Almond will get the rebound for Franciscan. James on the far side. Gives it to Masso. And the Barons will start passing around the perimeter again as their offense gets settled. Saranen comes into the game for Franciscan. Nelson, Masso, and Saranen are the middies, with James, Almond, and Cook at attack. Nelson now with the ball. He draws the pole out past the blue line, and then passes over to Saranen. Saranen looks. Saranen in the middle, a shot, and that one saved by Connor Radecki. Radecki looks to clear. Passes over. The pass is not handled, but number 20, LaRoche, manages to get it. Nathan Stockton initially dropped the pass, but picks it up before Gavin Cook can make a move on it. And now LaRoche is in an offense. The ball is down again, and this time it is picked up by James Masso. And Masso moving it across. The Barons have a fast break opportunity. Gavin Cook with a shot, and that one is off the post. Brought in by Dominic Moralia, and now settled on offense. It's Joseph James. And the Barons will move it around again. Almond to Cook. The Barons moving in a wheel, and Joe James slides to the middle. Carter pulling out for a dodge. Carter rolls top. He gets free, and he shoots low and scores. Nathaniel Carter with a goal. 5:36 left in the first quarter. The Barons up 7-0. Strandhagen taking the face off. Ben Cattamore on the other side for LaRoche. Strandhagen wins. I'm sorry, that's Masso on the face-off, and Masso will win the face-off and get the ground ball. Nelson on the outside, get it down, and the Barons will set in an offense. Almond dodges. And a shot goes wide. That was Gavin Cook coming in from the wing. And now taking it up again for Franciscan. It looks he's going to dodge low off of the pick from Joe James. James is wide open. James gets the pass. James shoots and he scores top left. A fantastic drawn-up play. And the Barons have 8 goals now in the first 11 minutes of the game. Almond drags the defender down low off the pick from James. And James' defender chased Almond along with the other one. So James was wide open. There was no one there. And James was able to step down and bury that in the top left corner of the net. Masso on the faceoff. He'll win this one, and he'll get the ground ball. He moves it to James. A low pass, but James handles it. Samuel Marshall now taking it for the Barons up top. The big man is back in the set as the Barons move it around, trying to find a look. Luke Saranen coming over the middle, getting ready to dodge. A pick from Joe James. Saranen moves the ball down to Amon. And Amon rolling. He'll move all the way around and find James on the left wing. James fakes a pass and then follows up and passes it to Saranen. Saranen on the right wing. A long shot, and that one is wide. Franciscan with the chase, and Nelson will bring it in from behind the goal. Nelson moving up on the side. He gets to the middle. A shot from Nelson, and that one goes wide. And the Roche defense will have the chase, so they will now try to clear from behind the goal. That one off the stick of the defender. And it will go out of bounds. The Barons will get the ball with 3:24 to go in the first quarter. A long pass from James. Cook. And that is a quick pass to Joe James, streaking down the middle of the field, and James has another goal. 9-0. Barons. That's 15. Joe Redmond picks up the ground ball off the face-off for the Barons. Moves it down to Cook. And now the Barons will get set in their offense. Cook, a long pass to Masso. That one's corralled. And now Nate Carter will take it, and they'll start the wheel. Almond drops it, but gets it back. Swings it over to Gavin Cook. The LaRoche defense is pressing out on the Barons. James. Back to Nelson. Nelson to Carter. The Barons swing it around. And LaRoche defenders are pressing out on at least Gavin Cook right now. Number 22. Nelson pulls it out. Looks to dodge. He goes down the alley. Pass to X. Almond. And that pass is high. And the Barons defenders on the other side now try to keep the ball on side. And they will get an offside call against Laroche. So the shot clock resets when it was at 1 second, and the Barons get to go again on offense. Swinging the ball around now. This time to the right side. Laroche settled in a zone. They are pressing out on the ball at X, particularly when it's in the stick of Gavin Cook. Here's a dodge from up top. That's Nelson. Nelson gets under the defender's stick. A pass to the middle, and that's a goal for James Masso. The assist for Jack Nelson, and that was a fantastic team play right there. As Nelson comes down, the defenders are watching the far side of the field and not the middle, and Masso is able to slip right underneath into the pocket right in front of the crease, and he's able to bury that one in the back of the net. Barons lead 10-0 with just under a minute to go in the first quarter. Strandhagen trips, but gets the ground ball. He'll move it down to James. And the Barons on offense once again. Number 4, LeBron James, is now in an attack for the Redhawks. The Barons swinging the ball on offense. Joe Norton sitting in the middle. Almond takes a dodge. Norton moves. A shot, and that one gets blocked. That was from Nate Carter from the right wing. The LaRoche goalie with a massive pass. The ball gets through, but Joe Redmond is there for Franciscan. And he'll kick it around long enough to end the first quarter. The score after 1, Barons 10, Redhawks nothing. Joffrey Strandhagen taking the face-off for the Barons here to start the second quarter. The face-off is won by LaRoche, and that is a hit. Joe James coming up to make the play, and he'll get the ball to Luke Reimer. Reimer takes it in. Reimer all the way down to the goal line, and then a pass that goes off the stick of Sam Marshall and out of bounds. Marshall hasn't seen a lacrosse field in a while, but he still should have made that catch. Now Radecki taking it up. A long pass for the goalie, and that one is successful. And the Redhawks will clear. Moving the ball now to X. They'll set up. A shot. That one goes down. It's picked up by Richard Vale, and he will carry it across midfield before passing it down to James. Richard Vale has been known to go coast to coast and score. I wonder if we'll see it in this game. Gavin Cook drops the ball and then gets it over to Nelson. Nelson to Amon up top. And the Barons will start swinging the ball around, looking for an opportunity. Alman, now from the top, he dodges. Dodges down the alley. And he'll back out. Good defense there from LaRoche. Massa with a pass! And that was an absolutely dirty shot from Sam Marshall.
Hey, Frankie, can you go
But it
outside?
goes wide.
Turn off. Someone said they have to turn off.
Gavin Cook. A pass. A shot. Alex Alman shoots twice. And both are missed. Sam Marshall with the chase.
Yeah.
The ball goes towards midfield. And Franciscan is unable to keep it. Richard Vale picks it up for the Barons. And he passes to a wide open Joe James. Nelson now with the ball. Marshall over the middle. James! And the refs blow the whistle. And that one's going to go all the way down into the LaRoche zone. And it's mishandled by LeBron James. Now brought up by Franciscan Sam Smith. Nelson, a pass. Smith cutting to the goal. Nelson ends up with the ground ball. Nelson looking. Sam Smith still in the hole for Franciscan. And he'll finally draw towards midfield. Sam Smith! A shot! And a lazy shot goes out the back. Sam Smith running off the field for an offensive player. No goals here in the second quarter. Alex Almond had a chance, but he had a stick in his face, and the ball will go over the net. Chase awarded to the Barons. Almond fakes a shot. Nelson! From 12 yards out and no angle, and that one will go out of bounds. Nate Carter with the chase will bring it in for the Barons. Joe James now on the outside. He'll dodge towards the middle. A nice shot from Joe James. He got his hands free, and from about 12 yards out, he'll ping top left corner. That's a sight that's becoming all too familiar for the opponents of Franciscan. 11-0. Barons lead. 10:15 to go in the second quarter. Strandhagen takes the face off. It's a fast break. He gets it to Joe James. James back to Strandhagen, and Strandhagen can't handle it. James picks it up. Fakes his defender very well. Strandhagen again drops the pass. Joe James looking for the ball. And a loose ball push is called against LaRoche. Joseph James taking the ball up. Nate Carter back to James. James looking. His pass does not get through, but the ground ball will be picked up by Nelson, and he'll move it out for the Barons. Swinging it wide to Almond. Almond gives it back to Nelson. Nelson over to James. James a pass to Cook, and that goes off the stick of Gavin Cook. Ground ball is picked up by Alex Almond, and he puts it in the back of the net. Another goal for the Barons. 12-0 now, the score. Ben Cattermore taking the face-off against Strandhagen. Tedeschi plays body instead of ball. And LaRoche will pick up the ground ball and then throw it out of bounds. Richard Vale now bringing it up for the Barons from behind the goal. He has Moralia. Moralia back to Vale. Vale has a lot of green space in front of him. But he'll pass to Nelson, and Nelson will carry it up. Nelson moves it across midfield and loses the ball. Back to Moralia. Moralia gets it across, and James picks it up. Joe James. And now, with the ball in his stick, the referee will blow the whistle. And it looks like they're going to call an offside on Franciscan. It'll be LaRoche ball. Taken by Jae Young Chung. The Franciscan attack. Create a turnover, and that'll be Joe James who takes it in. Masso now with the ball. And he'll settle up top for the Barons. Sam Smith coming out to get an attack in. And now Sam Smith staying in, looking to maybe score a goal. Sam Smith with the ball up top, moves it to Joe Norton. Norton looking. Norton gets it outside to James. James back up top to Smith. Smith down, and then back to him. James with the ball. Smith cutting. Norton looking. A pass to the middle, and that one gets deflected and will go out of bounds. And they'll say it's off of the Barons, and so Laroche will get a chance to clear now. The pass is low. James picks it up. Nate Carter scores for the Barons. And the Barons are now leading 13-0. 7:39 left in the half. Strandhagen coming out to take the face off again for the Barons. Reimer on the near side. It's Sam Marshall on the far side. Laroche will control the ball, and they'll get it down into their zone. A shot that is saved by Rich Vale, and a long pass from him all the way to Joe James at midfield. And James moves it down. He has cutters. He sees one. And a shot and goal. It's number 22, Gavin Cook, the senior. Just seconds after they scored. They score again, 14-0 now. The Barons with 7:12 now left in the half. Strandhagen again to take the face off. Sam Smith on the wing, along with John Tedeschi on the far side. Strandhagen wins the draw, but can't get the ball. John Tedeschi eventually ends up with it for Franciscan. And he'll get it over to James. Sam Smith! A shot and a goal! Number 21, Sam Smith, the long pole defenseman, scores for the first time in his college career in his junior year. The Barons lead 15-0. 6:53 left in the half. Folks, I don't think you're ever going to see that again. Strandhagen lined up to take the face-off. He'll win the draw. And the ball will stay on the ground. A good aggressive face-off from Joffrey Strandhagen. And he'll move the ball to James. A cutter coming in for the Barons. It's Tedeschi. And he'll move to the middle. The Barons start to swing it around. Tedeschi cutting to behind the goal. And he'll dodge from behind the goal. He gets loose! An underhanded shot that gets picked up. And the Laroche goalie, Connor Radecki, will end up with the ball and now go to clear. Radecki walking it up. There's no one open, and he finally finds a man. A long pass, and it's handled by the Laroche offense. Pass is dropped by number 12, Caden Malik. Malik, a pass to the middle, an underhanded shot that goes over the goal and out of bounds. Franciscan with the chase, and Richard Vale will bring it in for the Barons. Nelson on the far side gets it back to Vale. Vale looks, a long pass. He has Joseph Redmond. Redmond looks, and he's going to find James, and the Barons will clear. He gives it to Joe Redmond. Redmond, back to X. Another pass to Redmond. Redmond scores! And they wave off the goal. A crease violation against Redmond. And so there is no goal, and Roche will now clear. The Barons were inches away from having two defensemen score back-to-back goals for their team. Roche now trying to clear. And that ball is dropped. It's James on the side. James with a behind-the-back stick handle. Moralia drops the pass. Gavin Cook now picks it up. Redmond there to save it for the Barons. He gets it across to James. James back to Redmond. Redmond to the middle. Moralia with a pole, and the ball gets knocked out of his hands. Joe James picks it back up for the Barons. A push called. And Roche will now have the ball. Roche now to clear. Just under 4 minutes to go in the half. The ball is on the ground. And after failing to clear, the Barons will take over. Joe Redmond in the middle. Joe Redmond, a shot at a goal. Joseph Redmond gets his goal. And the Barons lead 16-0 with 3:35. Two Baron defensemen have now scored. Soon it'll be Dominic Moralia's turn, I'm guessing. LeBron James to take the face-off here for the Redhawks, going up against Stranhagen. LeBron wins the face-off, but can't get the ground ball. LeBron James picks up the ball, and now he's running down for the Redhawks. A flag is thrown. And the whistle blows. There should be a penalty coming up against the Barons. A 30-second penalty against Joffrey Strandhagen for the Barons. The Redhawks will have 30 seconds of man up here. Hubbard moves it across. A wild shot that ends up in the back of the goal. Cody Budgick from 20 yards out almost. A wild shot that fell out of his stick and goes over the head of Richard Vale into the back of the net. 16-1. And the Redhawks are now on the board. Dominic Moralia on the near side for Franciscan. Strandhagen to take the face-off. He's going up against LeBron James. LeBron is pushing, but Strandhagen will win, get the ground ball, and the fast break. Strandhagen gets stripped from behind. Joe James picks it up for the Barons. Moralia fakes a shot, looks for Strandhagen, and the ball will end up out of bounds. And so it is now the Roche clearing squad that comes on to try to get rid of this ball. A long pass, and that one's intercepted by James. James looking. He has Dominic Moralia, and Moralia's shot is saved by Connor Radecki. Radecki moves it outside. Another pass that hits the ground. LeBron James misses the ball, and it goes wide. It'll be picked up by a Franciscan player. I believe that's Nelson. And Nelson moves it across to James. James now down to X. That's Masso. Masso looking. He has James. James to Tedeschi. Tedeschi a high pass, but it's handled by Carter. Nelson swings it, and the Barons start swinging the ball. Joe James cutting. Tedeschi rolling. Tedeschi gets into the middle. A falling shot, and the chase for the Barons by Masso. And they will keep the ball with 30 seconds on the shot clock. Gavin Cook scores for the Barons. The Barons lead 17-1 with 1:31 to go in the first half. Kettamore loses the faceoff. Reimer with the ground ball. Reimer gets it back to Sam Smith. Smith across to Vale. Vale with a long pass to Joe James. James looking into the middle. He has Strandhagen. Strandhagen drops the pass again. Now Masso looking. He passes. James misses it. And I believe that's Alex Alman at midfield saving it from crossing over. Reimer a shot. And that was absolutely disgusting. He buried it 3 feet in front of the goalie's feet and sailed it 6 feet over his head. A pass to the middle. Joe James, a behind the back goal. And the Barons now 18-1 lead the Redhawks with 43 seconds left in the half. A violation called against Strandhagen. LaRoche moving it up. LeBron James now on the sideline for LaRoche as Kettamore takes it up. Kettamore almost loses the ball, and then he does. The ball is on the ground. Franciscan fighting for it. It's picked up by Luke Schabel for the Barons. And he'll carry it across. Passing it down to Joe James. Schabel cutting to the middle. Masso looking. He had Schabel. Schabel couldn't handle the ball. And it'll end up in the stick of a LaRoche defender as the horn sounds at the half. The Barons lead 18-1 over the Redhawks. brief halftime. Richard Vale now with the ball. He's carrying it across for the Barons. Down to James. Richard Vale, the goalie, in the middle of the offense here. And he'll circle around and eventually go off for an offensive player. Joe James currently has a pole for Franciscan. And Joe Redmond has a shorty. Joe Redmond gets hit and loses the ball. It's a goal, and I believe it's Joffrey Strandhagen. The Barons with a squad of defenders carrying short sticks. They're shorties, all with poles. Coach Pete Rozowski is toying with the Red Hawks at this point. Strandhagen gets the face-off. He'll pass it over. It's Nelson. Nelson looking. Moralia moving down low. And now the Franciscan defense with short sticks comes out to play offense. Joe James with a pole sitting in the middle. Dom Moralia. A short stick midi, his first year at Franciscan. Joe Redmond. A pass to the middle, and that one is wide. Moralia with the ball. Has Tedeschi. Tedeschi rolling, he gets tripped. And that'll be a penalty coming up on Laroche. Franciscan goes into the man up for 1 minute for a tripping penalty against the Red Hawks. Joe James handling a pole as the Franciscan defense takes shorties for this man-up opportunity. Strandhagen, his pass gets caught and intercepted. The ball is loose, and it'll get picked up by the Red Hawks goalie, Connor Radecki. Radecki looks. Less than 10 seconds now to clear for the Red Hawks. They'll just get it across midfield, and they'll get the ball. James picks it up with a pole. James moving down the sideline. Joe James, the sensational offensive freshman, playing with a pole. And not pretty bad either. John Tedeschi, a shot. And that one is saved by Radecki. Radecki looks. And he'll wait. Moving it out to the side to his pole. Now across the field, Tedeschi had a hand on it, but it gets tipped, and it will be Laroche ball. James Masso and Alex Aumann, along with senior Gavin Cook, are the starting poles now in this second half. A shot saved by Richard Vale. Vale with a long pass to Nelson. Nelson gets free, and Nelson has a fast break opportunity here for the Barons. Nelson a shot, and that one goes over the head of the goalie Radecki. And Radecki will have the chase, so LaRoche will get set to clear here now. 19-1. 11 minutes to go. The ball is on the ground. Alex Aumann with a pole here for the Barons. Now number 12 loses that one. LaRoche bringing it in. They might have more success on offense if LeBron James stayed out there. The pass goes over the head of the LaRoche player, and so the Barons will clear. Almond picks up the ball with his pole, gets it to goalie Richard Vale. Vale looks, and Vale will pass to Masso. Masso, a long pass, that out of the reach of Gavin Cook, but picked up by Joffrey Strandhagen in the offensive zone. He gets it to Gavin Cook with a pole. Gavin, looking, passes over. Redmond now with the ball on the outside. Redmond passing it down. It's Dom Moralia. Using his native short stick. Marshall goes to the middle. Marshall, a pass. Moralia drops the ball. And that could have been a goal for Dominic Moralia, but instead it's Connor Radecki, the goalie for LaRoche, who settles for the clear. Getting it outside to Evan Heel. Heel looks. Gets it back to Radecki, except his pass is wide. The ball is still on the ground. 3 seconds to go. And the Red Hawks will fail to clear. The Barons with the ball. Luke Reimer now coming across with a short stick for the Barons. Sam Smith also playing with a short stick on offense now for the Barons. Redmond looks. His pass is down in the middle. Joe James almost had a filthy handle with the pole. Instead, it's Moralia. And Moralia can't hang on to the ball. James with the pole. Picks it up and gets it outside. Sam Smith can't handle the ball. And Sam Smith now struggling to pick up the ground ball. Smith running inside. Smith looking. Smith with a shot, and that one is saved by Connor Radecki. A long pass from Radecki, and that one's picked off by Joe James. Fantastic stick skills at midfield. James looks. Gives it to Moralia. Moralia over to Tedeschi. Tedeschi running down. Tedeschi gets his hands free, and his shot is blocked and will be picked up by Luke Reimer for the Barons. 55 seconds on the shot clock. 7:55 left in the third quarter. Tedeschi met by LeBron James, and he'll have to back out. Reimer dodges. He's met by defenders, hangs onto the ball, and gets the ball away into the hands of Sam Smith. Smith over to Redmond. Redmond dodging from X. The big man gets it in the middle and loses the ball. A wild check from Sam Smith. LaRoche trying to clear. It's picked off. That's Nate Carter for the Barons. He'll take it all the way down. That's John Tedeschi. Tedeschi with an underhand shot. And the Barons will have the chase. Joe Redmond now bringing it up from X for the Barons. 7:05 to go in the third. Redmond over to Carter. Carter across. It's Moralia. Sam Smith looking to dodge. He passes to Marshall. Marshall a shot. And the chase will be for LaRoche. Connor Radecki was the closest. And so the Red Hawks will now try to take it up. James picks it up with a pole. Gets it across. A wild shot goes over. And Radecki's forced to pick it up. Joe James will defer to Moralia. And so Dominic Moralia now takes it from X. He will dodge. And he'll get it to Nate Carter. Carter moves it down. And Marshall, the big man, comes in. Gavin Cook now with the ball. A crease violation against Franciscan's John Tedeschi. Radecki, a long pass, almost cleanly picked by Nate Carter. And Schaubel now with a short stick will pick it up for the Barons. He gets it over to Carter. And Schaubel trots over to join the Barons on offense. Schaubel looking for the ground ball. It will go out of bounds. And possession will be awarded to LaRoche. LeBron James gets picked up at midfield, and the pass goes out of bounds. LeBron dropping in. We'll see how good he is against this Baron offense. Richard Vale passing the ball. It's Gavin Cook. He'll take it from midfield. Now Joe Norton with a pole. LeBron James in coverage. And LeBron looks clueless out there. Masso with a pole. What a move! James Masso across midfield. He's wide open. He winds up for the shot. His pass to Carter goes over his head. But that was an impressive display of stick handling from James Masso. Now Luke Schaubel getting in on offense. Schaubel has not scored in his college career. And I'm sure he'd like to change that today. Moralia on the outside. Now over to Joe Norton. And the Barons begin to swing it. Nate Carter sees Schaubel. Schaubel is shot. Luke Schaubel scores! He is the third Barons defenseman tonight to put one up on the board. And the Barons now lead 20-1. Carter with the assist. Stranahan with the faceoff. Stranahan untouched. A shot. A save. Radecki. What a play. Sam Marshall walking around midfield. He'll cross over midfield. Sam Marshall is now a professional lacrosse player. It seems wrong that he's playing for this school. Norton with the ball. Moves it across. Dom Morelia. Morelia down the alley. Morelia switches to his right. A shot. And that one goes wide. Joffrey Strenhagen with the chase for Franciscan. Jack Nelson, James Masso, and Alex Alman currently playing long stick defense for the Barons. Joffrey Strenhagen gives it to John Tedeschi. Tedeschi turns. Tedeschi, a shot, and that one goes out. Chase, awarded to Laroche. The Laroche goalie walking it up. And that pass will go out of bounds, so the Barons will get the ball right back. I'm sure the huddle camera is not showing it right now, but Richard Vale is displaying his stick skills on the opposite end of the field. For those of you who will never witness, it's truly amazing and spectacular. You should come to the live game next year so that you can see it. Laroche walking it up. Their goalie, a long pass, and a good clear for Laroche. The ball's on the ground. The ball's in the air. The ball is not in possession of Franciscan. Joe Norton with the pole, trying to dance the ball the way through the LaRoche player's legs, and he'll eventually fail. LeBron James is not on offense for LaRoche, but if he was, I'm sure they'd be winning. James Masso now with the ball. Passes up. Jack Nelson looking, gives it to Alex Alman. Alman with a pole. And the Barons are offside, so LaRoche will now get a chance to clear the ball again. The pass is bad. It goes over the head of the LaRoche player, and Richard Vale now takes it. I'm very much rooting for Richard Vale to take it across himself. We'll see if that happens. Now with the ball, down on the other end. Strandhagen coming over the top. Strandhagen looks. He passes over. John Tedeschi now moves it down to Norton. Norton across. Sam Smith on offense for the Barons. And Sam Smith will take it on the wing. Sam Smith looking to dodge. Gavin setting a pick. Sam Smith gets high side. Sam Smith a shot. And that one is saved. Sam Smith's shoulder strength has always been an issue. And it's killing him right now. Radecki clears the ball. And that will be the end of the third quarter. 20-1 Barons. don't think it really matters. Never mind, we're not. Oh.
Yeah.
Teddy's in goal. Let's go.
Teddy.
John
Oh
Tedeschi
my gosh.
in goal for the Barons.
Wow.
Richard Vale taking a well-deserved break. We'll see if he gets out there as an attackman. LaRoche will keep the ball. Teddy's pass well over the head of his target. And now Redmond running down the field for Franciscan. He's into the box. Redmond! That gets blocked. The chase is given to LaRoche. And they'll try to clear it now. LeBron James waiting on the offensive side for the ball. The ball is down. Joe Redmond has the ground ball. A long pass. He was looking for Schabel. He didn't get it. And now Radecki will bring it out behind his own net for the Redhawks. Will LaRoche score again? LeBron James is getting bullied on the sideline. He loses the ball. Joseph Redmond will pick it up, and Redmond will take it through. Reimer now with the ball in his short stick. Reimer dodges. Reimer loses the ball. And LaRoche now bringing it up. They will clear. Sam Marshall bringing it in for Franciscan. Gavin Cook to Marshall. A goal. And it's been a while since we've heard that call. Gavin to Marshall. It's been a while since they've been teammates. 12:18 left. 21-1 the score in favor of the Barons. Fighting over the ground ball. Sam Marshall will pick it up. And he'll hit Schabel. Schabel from X. Will he dodge? No, he'll pass. His pass goes to no one. Dom Moralia picks it up on the other side of the blue line. And Richard Vale is now on the field for the Barons as a midi. Rich going into the middle. Richie! A fantastic goal from Richard Vale. Assisted by Dominic Moralia. Did you see that replay? That was crazy. Holy crap. Richard Vale off of the pass from Moralia. swept the ground, low to high, and beat Radecki 22-1, Barons. Masso with the face-off. Joffrey on the wing will take it with a pole. Joffrey with the ground ball. A pop pass. It's over to Luke Schabel. Schabel down low. Jack Nelson looking. Dodging. Sam Smith is in for the Barons again on offense. Reimer looks. It's over to Vale. And Richard Vale II is looking to dodge. He dodges high. Vale! And his pass goes off of the stick of Jack Nelson and out of bounds. Radecki taking it now for the Redhawks. 10:55 left in the game. Radecki bringing it up. A long pass from Radecki, and that one is caught, and the Redhawks will clear. Sam Smith swatted the pass away. The ball is on the ground. The Redhawks will pick it up. But it will eventually trickle out of bounds, and the Barons will clear it. Redmond to Sam Smith. Smith over the middle with a shorty, and Smith will carry it in for the Barons. Moving it over, it's Luke Schabel. Schabel down low. Nelson. A long pass from Nelson. It's Redmond with a pole, and Redmond's shot goes wide, and Nelson gets the chase. Redmond in on offense for the Barons. 64 seconds left on the shot clock. Nelson! A shot that goes off the post. Richard Vale settles it, gets it to Joe Redmond. Now to Nelson. Nelson looking. Nelson rolling left. He'll settle on the left wing, and then pass it over to Redmond. Redmond to Vale. Vale down low. He's got Sam Smith. Smith looks, and he's got Vale. Vale across the field. And now Jack Nelson set to take a dodge. He'll dodge topside. He'll get topside. Nelson, hands free, has a shot, and he scores. Jack Nelson for the Barons. 23-1 with 9:27 to go in the game. Nelson dodges topside, and there's absolutely no slide. His hands are completely free. His vision is clear, and he buried it into the goal beneath the stick of Radecki. 23-1, Barons. Roche's losing streak against the Barons looks like it will continue. They haven't beat the team since 2020. LeBron James now taking the face-off. But it's won by Masso. Gavin Cook tried to feed Reimer on the doorstep, but the pass got knocked down, and Reimer will have to take it out and settle. Richard Vale now moving the ball across. It's Moralia. The team calling Reimer's name, trying to get him the ball. Stranhagen loses it. Moralia fighting for it. And Sam Smith will pick it up. He'll get it to Richard Vale. And Richie's probably the most capable stick handler on offense for the Barons at this point. Luke Reimer moving the ball to X. The big defenseman loses the ball. He picks it up with one hand, and he's dodging. Luke Reimer. And Luke Reimer gets pushed into the crease. And the Roche Redhawks will now have a chance to clear the ball. LeBron James standing in midfield. A shot. Save made by John Tedeschi. And the Barons on the bench are going wild for their backup goalie. Joe Redmond now taking it in for the Barons from behind their own net. A long pass, and he has Richard Vale. Vale bringing it in. It's a fast break for the Barons. Sam Smith can't catch the pass. Sam Smith boxes him out for the ground ball. Does get it. Flag down. It's against Laroche, and the Barons will continue their offensive set. .7:14 to go. The clock is moving. The Barons up 23-1. A jumping shot from Luke Reimer. And that will not be successful. The Barons about to have a man-up opportunity here. A 1-minute penalty. Against the Red Hawks. Result in a Franciscan. Richard Vale II bringing it in from the bottom right corner of the field. Gavin Cook looks Joffrey Strandhagen with a shot that goes wide. And Richard Vale has the chase and will bring it in for the Barons. 6:46 left in the game. Another shot, this one from Dom Moralia. And the Barons are shooting underhand today. All shots going wide. Vale brings it in for the Barons. Gavin Cook, a shot that goes over the goal. Luke Schabel will get the chase. And Schabel brings it in for the Barons. Schabel, a pass up top. And that one gets intercepted. And will roll down all the way to the goal line of the Barons. Joe Redmond passing it over. Dom Moralia taking it into the offensive zone for the Barons. Luke Reimer gets it, takes a shot. Luke Reimer scores. Dominic Moralia is now the only defender on the Barons team today who has not scored a goal. LeBron James is nowhere to be seen. Marshall now with the ball. A low pass. And Richard Vale slides and catches it. Bill now moving up top. Alex Almond with a pole. Moves it over to Marsh. The big man, Sam Marshall from Canada. Pass to Gavin Cook. Cook back to Marsh. Marshall looking to dodge. He's going to go down the alley, and he does. Met by 3 defenders. It doesn't stop him. He shoots it. He scores. Sam Marshall. In a display of glory like we haven't seen in a full season. His third of the game. The Barons now lead 25-1 with 5 minutes and 16 seconds left to play. The ball goes out of bounds. And LaRoche will pick it up. Radecki now with the ball. And he'll pass back to his pole. Richard Vale almost picked off that pass. It'll end up in the stick of Luke Saarinen. Luke Saarinen has Vale. And Richard Vale scores off of the pipe. Assisted by Luke Saarinen. Some people say they want this game to get to 30. I just want to go home. Luke Schauble on the wing with a short stick. Masso takes the face-off, false starts. LeBron James will take it from midfield. Much like his namesake, James has choked under pressure today. The ball is still rolling on the ground and will finally be picked up by the LaRoche player. James now passes. A long pass. Joe Redmond picks up the ball. And he's running it all the way back for the Barons. He'll cross midfield. He'll take it into the offensive zone. Redmond. A shot that goes wide. And Richard Vale chase the ball closer than the goalie, which I think is a controversial call, but they'll get it. Pass from Vale goes wide. Let's see that again. Joseph Redmond now in the penalty box for unnecessary roughness against LeBron James. This is not the first time James has drawn that call. That was a good acting job right there, if I do say so myself. Alex Amann clears the ball for the Barons by himself. With a pole. Goes to goal! Alex Amann gets a shot on goal with a pole. And the loose ball is picked up by Joffrey Strandhagen. Strandhagen. Pass to Vale. Vale has Amann with a pole. Amann gets to the middle. Amann a shot! And that one is saved by Radecki. Radecki a long pass to LeBron. LeBron misses the ball. It'll go out of bounds. And the Barons get ready to clear. Nate Carter now with the pole for the Barons. John Tedeschi all the way across for the Barons. And looks like John Tedeschi lost a glove somewhere in the run from the goal to the box. .2:15 left in this game. The Barons up 26-1. Morelia, a pass. Marshall! And that's his 4th goal of the game for the Barons. With 2:06 left, 27-1 now, the Barons lead. Marshall getting off the field after scoring his goal. And it's Luke Reimer, who is again on the field for the Barons on offense. Masso on the fast break. He shoots, and it is saved by Radecki. Now under 2 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter. Radecki appears furious at the clearing attempts of his squad. And the ball will go out of bounds, so the Barons will get the ball again with 80 seconds on the shot clock. Joe Redmond holding the ball now up top. He dodges. There's no one there. Redmond takes a shot. Gets the rebound. The ball falls out of the stick of Morelia. Luke Saarinen picks it up for the Barons. Joe Redmond now walking it off. 35 seconds on the shot clock and a minute to play here at Trinity Health System Field. The pass goes wide. Reimer misses it. And so with 54 seconds left, the Redhawks have one last chance. Radecki. He has long passes all day. There's another one. He finds the open man. What a pass from Radecki. And a goal! The Redhawks score from 15 yards out. LaRoche's 2nd goal of the game. Hubbard scores. John Tedeschi is now 50% on shots faced today. $30 to go. Alex Almond with the ball for the Barons. He tried to force it to the middle, but it got intercepted. And LaRoche now frantically trying to clear with 15 seconds left. Strandhagen, a pass to the middle. That one gets picked off. And the horn will sound.
Frank, you can just play in the 2nd row.
The game is over. Barons win 27-2 over the LaRoche Redhawks.